Well, hello there and good day to you. Welcome to the Daily Download with yours truly right here for Friday, February 20th, 2026. Yes, we're back at it again doing the astrology and talking about the major transits that are going on in the chart in this Aquarian eclipse, the 2 week window. Uh, we had a eclipse in Aquarius, and on March 3rd, we will close that eclipse window with a lunar eclipse in Virgo. And let's take a look at the chart. Great to have you all on board. Love the messages I'm getting from you down here below in the comment section. And some of you have taken the time to actually email me. Very heartwarming. Thank you for all your support. It does mean a lot. Okay, let's take a look here, and I'm going to show you the ephemeris as well for what we got going on. Here we are. So, you know, the Epstein files, that's so like 1990s to me personally. Was a conspiracy theorist, for a long time, as many of you might remember. And now here we are, looking at the Epstein files on the news and all the files being revealed. Prince, whatever, was arrested, yada, yada, yada. A penny short and a day late, in my opinion. Like, old news. But that's Aquarius. That's Aquarius. And of course, it's being exposed and revealed so that there can be a mass awakening yet again. Right? Here's the chance. Like we've had so many chances. Before that, it was in Capricorn. COVID was Capricorn. Twin Towers was Sagittarius. You get the gist here. But the Epstein files and WikiLeaks, Sagittarius. So mass awakening happening with Pluto, of course, in Aquarius. And we talked a little bit about the North Node. The North Node is going to be moving into Aquarius this summer, which means the South Node, respectfully, will be moving into Leo. So if you think of the South Node in Leo, the king falls, right? The kingdom crumbles, the king falls. This is the fall of the king, of royalty. So that's one way you can look at this preparation. And the thing we know about disclosure, the thing we know about the 3-letter alphabet companies, departments, there's always a little bit of truth wrapped in lies. And so in the Epstein files, they're, talking about the prince and, inappropriate behavior or misconduct. That's the extent of the language they're using, which is true. There was misconduct, but are they going to actually come out and spill the beans, with integrity and talk about the PEDO files? No. So anyway, read between the lines. Just wanted to give a little, a little description of the eclipses, the fall of the king in Leo on a global stage, Pluto in Aquarius, mass awakening. And on a personal level, what we're getting ready for is pride, right? So the Leo shadow, right? The South Node reveals our shadow, the shadow side of the sign, the shadow side of the planets, blah, blah, blah. So in Leo, you got to look at the shadow of Leo, and that's pride, and how we are taken down, right? Our own demise. What's our own demise in the archetype of Leo? Well, courage, pride, grandiosity. It's all the wonderful attributes of Leo, but it's when our superpower, let's say, our confidence becomes arrogant, when our enthusiasm becomes boisterous, when our courage becomes dominating. And so it's this is what we're looking at. But anyway, more on that later. But regarding the Aquarian awakening, mass consciousness, the Epstein files, a disclosure, the arrest of the prince, that's Aquarius, and the North Node revealing. And so, what is being revealed? Some people will say, well, the truth is being revealed. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is saying the lies are being revealed. Because if you can reveal the lies, then as the lies continue to be sprinkled around the truth, is that true Aquarius awakening? Or is the true Aquarius awakening the reveal of the truth? It's the reveal of the lies. Okay. It's omission. It's like revealing omission as opposed to revealing a statement of truth. Okay. So, anyway, I could talk about that for a while. What do we have here? We have the sun at 1 degree of Pisces. We talked about this yesterday. And in a couple of days, we are going to have the sun, I think, is it the 27th? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The 27th of January, in 1 week. So next Friday, we will have the sun on the North Node right here. This is technically 9 degrees of Pisces. Yep. We'll be at 9 degrees of Pisces. So North Node and the sun. This is where we're not talking about omission. We're talking about a true reveal of truth, of Piscean truth. Hey, honey. You have a mustache. Did you know that? You have a little mustache from your smoothie this morning. Want to go wash your face? Yeah. Go wash your mouth. Okay, you're putting your bike away? Good. I love raising this little girl. It's so awesome. So like the North Node and the Sun together, fate. That is fate. And so do you have anything at 9 degrees of Pisces in your birth chart? Do you have anything at 9 degrees of Pisces in your progress chart? 9 degrees of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio. Very smooth, unobstructed flow of energy. Think water flowing. So it's a very telling time about our fate. And think also the last 14 years of Neptune in Pisces. It's been a lot of spiritual discipline, spiritual alignment, spiritual confusion, spiritual calling. When we're at the mercy of compassion, when we are at the mercy of grace. It's an example. If you're pretty tired and exhausted from working hard, or just going through the trials and tribulations of life, and you're just, or you've worked out, or you're doing sports, or you did a marathon, or you're tired, you're good, you're feeling good, but you're exhausted, tired. You don't have it in you to have an argument or a fight. You're not triggered the same way because you don't have it in you. That's kind of a blessing in disguise, right? So like my daughter, if she is all hyped up, we go to the park and we run it out and we play it out, and we get it out of our system so that we can find some repose. Hey, baby, some repose. And so that's kind of what Pisces is too. Hi, honey. You got smoothie face. Hi, baby. Hi. That's Pisces. And so there's, the fight has ended. We're not fighting. We're too tired. And we're in repose. We're repositioning ourselves in repose. So you have a week to look forward to. Sorry for the cough. Allergies. Oof. Crazy allergies.
Mom,
yeah.
In there.
Don't worry about that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, baby. We have a week to feel and the alignment of this water flowing in our fate, revealing our fate to us. And there's nothing we need to do. Just repose, sit back, rest. Sit back and rest. And, it's like being on a little water river raft, and just go downstream and you will reach your fate. Your fate is coming. 9 degrees of Pisces. Yeah.
Mom? You're going to go pick out my outfit.
All right, you go pick out your outfit for today. Okay?
Okay.
That sounds like a great idea.
Then we get ready.
All right, you get ready. Venus is here, right? We got Venus at 12. We've got Mercury at 20. It's good. This is good. This part of the chart is good. Okay, so yesterday we had the moon come into Aries and connect to Saturn and Neptune. What action have you been instinctively compelled into taking? This is fast reaction. It's Aries, fast reaction. It's instinctive fire. It's when you light a match, right? You light the match and it goes, that expression of ignited fire, that moment, that's Aries. If you can sustain the fire into its full expression, then you tag on Leo and Sagittarius. But Aries starts it, doesn't finish it, it starts it. Yeah. Yeah. My husband might start an argument, but I will finish it. Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. He might start it, I finish it, and I tell him, oh my goodness. So what and I don't know if you guys know or not, but for example, part of my new life structure, aside from being a mom, in our family, which totally took precedence over the last 4 years, my marriage and my family, last 4 years was, like I had to eliminate everything else out and focus on what God was giving me. And but also I'm a realtor. I do real estate here in Western North Carolina. That's one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's a lot of fun. And so the moon on Saturn and Neptune in Aries, is like the fire that gets leads going, for example. Generating my leads and getting clients, and then the hustle and the bustle in Cancer of like actually finding the home. And I love that shirt. Okay, we'll put this on. Mommy's almost done for today, okay? Okay. I'll be right there, kiddo. I love your shorts. Yeah. Yes. And put your shoes on too, on the right feet. Whichever ones you want, with socks. Good. Oh my goodness. Am I so happy? So, yeah, the moon for the first time hitting Saturn and Neptune in Aries yesterday. What is that for you? What is that for you? And what house, right, in your chart is that for you? The rest of the day, the moon will continue through Aries, hit up on these two, maybe creating a little shenanigan. But if you're if you are of the age between 45 and 50, that's usually when your Chiron is being activated the most in your chart. Between 45 and 50, you're kind of getting hammered by Chiron in the chart. I love it. Love the shoes.
Mommy, no rain anymore.
It's going to be raining on and off all day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
I still need a jacket.
Okay, let mommy finish. So yeah, a lot of activity, right? From Aquarius through Pisces through Aries today. We look at the big hitter, Uranus in Taurus, getting slammed by the square, right, of the eclipse. Break out of your old self, break out onto new territory, break out into a new paradigm, break out. This is about terrifying prospects in life because it's all unknown. And use the Aries to initiate into action into the new paradigm. Of course, we can sabotage ourselves. Just because we're looking at the astrology does not mean, you know, like it's not a given, right? It's not a given. So just because we're looking at the astrology and studying the astrology does not mean it is a given and we can just sit back and it's all going to happen for us. Absolutely not. We can absolutely sabotage. We can absolutely hold ourselves back and never capture the possibilities that are around us because we're scared, we're frightened. We're scared and we're frightened, and with good reason. With good reason, because sometimes we can royally screw up our lives, right? And we're not sure what's going to happen, and we might feel safer where we are and not take a risk and not take a chance. So just because we're looking at the astrology and the moon moving through Aries yesterday and today, connecting to that Saturn Neptune yesterday, doesn't mean you or I have taken this opportunity, and the opportunity can go by, which is fine. Then we would probably look at a different part of the chart, like Scorpio. We would look at Scorpio, for example. Right. Where it's like Scorpios are deep. That energy, that archetype creates change. Also ruled by Mars, just like Aries. But Scorpio in the chart, when it goes through change, you don't see it. It's not on a billboard like Aries. Aries, everybody hears it, trumpets, on top of a horse, riding down the mountain into the valley, declaring, shouting at rooftops. Not Scorpio. So you may be processing this. Like, for example, if you're a Virgo or Virgo rising, all this Aries stuff is happening in the Scorpio part of your chart, the 8th house. You might be like, I didn't notice anything yesterday. I'm not noticing anything like super spectacular and obvious. True. But it's all probably happening in a very hidden part of your psyche where you are being composted. Right? Like we don't see what happens in digestion. We don't see, we're not seeing the digestive enzymes breaking stuff down and assimilating and reabsorbing the nutrition and letting go of the waste byproducts. We don't really like look at what compost is doing, or fermentation process. I don't know, maybe somebody out there needs to hear that today. So, but I do encourage you all to tap into this Aries part of the chart with the moon today still in Aries, and ask yourselves where action, instinct, what's your instinct? What's your instinct telling you? And listen to it. Is there fear and hesitation? Is there pause and concern? Is there excitement and kind of a daredevil? Right? If Aries is in your first house, excitement and daredevil. Strike while the iron's hot. All right. Thanks for your time today. I hope you have a beautiful Friday. And stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. And just remember, life is an adventure, and here we are.